Hello everyone, my name is Bob Whitney and I am the ring announcer for the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. And we would welcome everyone here to the capital city and the historic Columbus Theater for the RWA Goes Broadway press conference. We are very excited to be here. We hope you all are too. We are just over 1 week away from the RWA Goes Broadway right here at the Columbus Theater next Sunday, December 11th at 4 p.m. On that afternoon, we have an unbelievable card scheduled. 10 big matches with some of the best talent the RWA has to offer. The main event of the evening will be a championship grudge match where current, reigning and defending RWA champion Shady Shay Cash will go one-on-one with the RWA owner, Big Daddy T. Phoenix. Now, as part of today's press conference, you will hear from a number of talent that will be on the card that afternoon, as well as many others who have helped bring the RWA right here to the Columbus Theater. Now, without any further ado, I would like to welcome the manager of the Columbus Theater, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom WEYMAN.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to the historic Columbus Theater on Broadway. My name is Tom WEYMAN. I'm the director of programming here at the theater. The Columbus originally opened in 1926 as a premier destination for silent film, vaudeville. Over the years, we've hosted thousands of events with musicians from all over the world, comedians, filmmakers, opera, the great tenor Tito Schipa, renowned authors and poets. But next Sunday, for the first time in 96 years, we'll finally utilize the theater for its true purpose: live professional wrestling from the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. I admit that when my friend Commissioner Morales approached me with this idea, I was a bit skeptical. But once Eddie Vegas and Johnny Mata picked me up and spun me around until I begged them to stop, I could see it all clearly. As you know, Commissioner Morales has been a warrior in the fight for justice, and I've been assured that next Sunday he will get what he deserves. We're really excited to have the Renegade Wrestling Alliance here, and we'll see you next Sunday, December 11th at 4 p.m. Thank you.
Once again, that was Mr. Tom WEYMAN, the manager here at the Columbus Theater. We, of course, have to thank them once again for bringing, as he said, the RWA Renegade Wrestling Alliance right here. First wrestling show here at the historic Columbus Theater. It's going to be a hell of an afternoon. At this time, though, I would like to welcome the owner of the RWA, and he will also be the challenger for the RWA Championship that afternoon, going one-on-one against Shady Shay Cash. Let's bring up Big Daddy T. Phoenix!
From humble beginnings to selling out building after building, month after month, the Renegade Wrestling Alliance has been a mainstay in the state of Rhode Island for the last 15 years. On December 11th, the Renegade Wrestling Alliance goes Broadway. It's an unusual place for wrestling, but doesn't that make it the perfect place for wrestling? Make no mistake about it, it will be the most important show in the last 15 years of our history. We are not the type that are going to rest on past accomplishments. So, next Sunday, we are going to bring a show like you have never seen before. And the RWA will not only prove that we run Rhode Island, we will prove that we run New England independent wrestling. And as for my opponent, Shady Shay Cash, be ready to go to the dentist on Monday. Thank you.
thanked us this past week trying to get him a gift certificate, no?
They didn't have any.
Yes, they didn't have any. You can check out our Facebook page. We are all over social media, guys. Check us out. RWA Forever is also the website. We have been in Providence before. Again, first time at the historic Columbus Theater. Providence has always been good to the Renegade Wrestling Alliance, but specifically Ward 12 here in Providence. So with that being said, let's bring up the councilwoman of Ward 12, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Rachel Miller.
Here in the beautiful, that's all right, here in the beautiful city of Providence, in the heart of Federal Hill, I could not be more excited that RWA and the Columbus are coming together for this event. I gotta say, Providence, you do not want to miss this. I already have my ticket. If you want to come to see the heroism, the villainy, the passion, the drama, it's going to be an incredible event, family friendly here on Broadway. Do not miss it.
So, Ms. Miller, I do want to apologize about that. I was given incorrect information from Mr. Morales over here. I apologize. So, for, I don't know, how many months has he been with us, Mr. Morales?
Too many.
Too many months he has been with us. He is, of course, the state representative of District 7. He may be possibly one of the most hated men here in the RWA. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the current RWA Commissioner, Mr. David Morales.
Give the man some room. Give him some breathing room. Just give him a little room. Good job, sir. Looking good. Looking good. Good job, sir. We're in here just in case.
Now, to all of our friends in the media, to all of our fans in attendance, and most importantly, to the men, the women, and the non-binary talent of the Renegade Wrestling Alliance, thank you. Thank you for your continued support. Because I have to be honest, when I think back to where we were a little over a year ago,
He's emotional. It's okay.
August 2021, I had the opportunity of a lifetime to work with the RWA. And I would have never envisioned that we would be here. We would be prepared to sell out the Columbus Theater. That we would be in a position to ensure that all of our working families, all of our working people across the city of Providence and across Rhode Island have an opportunity to be entertained by all of this talent we have behind us. We're talking about storyline-driven entertainment, athleticism, humor, all of that culminated into what I would call the heart and soul of independent professional wrestling. Everyone is here because they care.
It's okay. It's all right. Men cry.
And I get excited because
No men cry.
I know this is just the start of something so much bigger. This is the start of a continued movement across Rhode Island for us to continue providing the family-friendly entertainment that our people deserve. And so with that, thank you. Thank you all so much. And woo! Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary family, it is your RWA Commissioner. Now that you have heard from State Representative David Morales, I want to just reassure each and every single one of you that I'm the reason you're all here. I'm the one who ensured that we secured the Columbus Theater, and most of all, I'm the one that ensured that our main event between our reigning defending RWA heavyweight champion Shay Cash is given the opportunity to embarrass T Phoenix. Because T, sure, maybe once upon a time you were the most sought after, talented member of the RWA roster. You have to understand this. We are in a new era. The era of Morales. The era in which your demise is my benefit, is our benefit. And similarly, can't forget about Coach Will, who's going to be going one-on-one against the toxic terror Danny Adam. And Will, while you might have been, somewhat lucky and victorious in your last encounter, I can guarantee you now, but the same Danny Adam you're going to be going up against next Sunday is a whole different version of the toxic terror. And of course, I cannot forget about our lovely friends right in the back, being Mac Nanis and Chris Sterling. Gentlemen, you're not ready for the return of Pumpo Vicious, being Eddie Vegas and Johnny Mata. So I guarantee all of you watching from home, all of you in attendance, next Sunday, when the RWA goes Broadway, it's going to be the most exciting professional wrestling of your life and in the history of the state of Rhode Island. So thank you again for your continued support. We look forward to seeing you there. Good job. This is the part where you clap. So clap.
Good job. He did a good job. Too sweet.
So, of course, as Commissioner Morales had mentioned, next Sunday, Coach Will go one-on-one with the toxic terror Danny Adam.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Bob, you were doing a terrible job. You are doing a terrible job at this. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to call in reinforcements. So, ladies and gentlemen, the non-binary family, we're going to switch of MCs for the moment, because I would like to welcome some of our special guests coming straight out of the Codex Prime podcast, based out here in Rhode Island. Please welcome Carl and Vic, who for the moment shall be doing the introductions.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, we are from the Codex Prime podcast. I am Carl, DJ Mr. Bird. My man over here is
Victor Lamoille.
all right, and it seems like we're gonna be taking over the proceedings. You can also, by the way, you can watch us on Facebook Live at Codex Prime Podcast and all over social media. Just Google us. We are on all your preferred podcasting platforms. So first, we are excited to introduce a long-time baseball coach at Mount Pleasant Little League and RWA talent who has close to dozens of victories this year. He will be facing off against toxic terror Danny Adam. Please welcome. Put your hands together and show your love for Coach Will.
When I started doing this 5 years ago, I never thought I'd get something like this. Thank you guys so much for the support. First off, I want to thank Mr. WEYMAN for doing this for us. Where'd he go? Where is he?
He's back in the office.
He's back in the office, so I thank him for getting us here. I also thank State Representative David Morales for getting us here, I guess. So next week, Coach Will takes on the toxic terror, Danny Adam. First time I took this guy on, I was his introduction to RWA. And I took him down. I thought I was done with him. Yet here we are again. He wants to jump me from behind at the Jeremy Bell Memorial Royale, which I did not forget about and eliminating me. He wants to jump me on the way out of the locker room. I think he's just gonna get away with it? No. You can bring whatever version you want to bring next Sunday. Tell him to prepare however he wants. It's not going to matter. Coach Will does plan on being victorious that day, once again. Especially because I am in the hometown, Providence, Rhode Island, where Mount Pleasant Little League has been where I have coached for 13 years. I cannot tell you how excited I am that I get to coach and be a wrestler in this city. Especially next Sunday, when I kick his ass. Thank you all.
Very, very powerful words. Now, I just want to reiterate that even though we are friends with David Morales, we don't always agree with him.
That's right. You know, we try to keep it as impartial as we can. You know, that's how we do. You know, we are totally not on payroll, by the way. But next, we have a tag team reunion because partnering together for the first time in over 12 years to wrestle against Pumbo Vicious. They are the former RWA Tag Team Champions. Please welcome Mac Madness and Chris Sterling, Team No Respect.
That's a little aggressive, don't you think?
First off, David, you claim that you're the reason why we're successful? Here's my reason. For 15 years, people like me, people like Mac, people like Mike Montero, AJ Phoenix, T Phoenix, have made RWA successful. We overcame people like him who tried to shut us down. Bottom line is, David, you act as if that you are the saving grace of RWA. Let me tell you something. You came to us. We didn't come to you. Besides the checks, I don't need your money. Max doesn't need your money. Exactly. But on the issue at hand, December 11th, Humblicious. I haven't embarrassed you enough yet. I beat you guys by myself at Legacy.
Lucky.
And I embarrassed you and your team. Me, Cal Thomas, Coach Will, we embarrassed you and your goons too.
The wound is still fresh.
This time, myself, my best friend Mac Madness, for the first time in 12 years, we're gonna tag again. And yes, you guys may have an advantage. Strength, youth, our cohesive unit.
Good looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
But Mac and I, we have experience. And I proved that experience overcame you at Legacy. And we're gonna do it again. Am I right, Mac?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, just like every other politician, take credit for things that you know nothing about. You took credit in August when I came back for the Jeremy Bell Answer the Bell Challenge. You didn't do that. T Phoenix didn't do that. RWA didn't do that. I did that for one man, and that's Jeremy Bell. And honestly, come next Sunday, like I said on my way up here, you run your mouth, I'm not going to be responsible for what I do to you.
Is that a threat? Was that a threat?
Yeah,
It's not like a threat, right? Was that a threat? No, I'm doing this now. You want to do this now? We'll do it right now. We'll do it right now. Let's go.
Damn, that's
They're following the paycheck.
I believe they're going to find a paycheck for Mr. Morales. What just happened, man? It was crazy. It was crazy. So I think we'll keep this going here. Keep in mind, next Sunday, December 11th, 4 p.m., RWA right here for the RWA Goes Broadway. Tickets are still available. You can head over to the RWA Forever for more information. Also, look us up on Facebook. Once again, the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. At this time, I would like to welcome up to the podium a team that will be going against the team of DUI. At this time, please welcome the Young Guns, AJP and Isaac Knox.
How we doing?
Thank you for having us. It's really an honor.
Thank you guys very much for having the Young Guns here tonight. I'm AJP and this is my partner, my Padawan, if you will. This is Isaac Knox, the youngest gun. And on December 11th, we have a challenge, a test. This is a true opportunity for the both of us, but I think this is a bigger opportunity for you. For the last 6 months, a year, 2 years, however far back you want to go, I have made it my mission to prove myself not only to this company, but the rest of New England. And I have been making strides. And now, this next stride is on you.
As I was saying, it is an absolute honor and a privilege to get to wrestle, not only in the venue, but for the RWA as a whole. But it is also an honor to share the ring with a tag team such as DUI. Now, I'm not looking at this match to compare myself to former partners. I am not looking at this match to compare myself to the past, to the future. I am looking at what we are doing now. Every tag match we have had, I have proved myself better and better and better. And I have not let you down. But yet you still, despite everything I've done, continue to doubt me. So it's either we're in this together, we're either in this as Young Guns, or we're in this as AJP and Isaac Knox. But either way, we're walking out of Broadway with 3 letters. D-U-I.
I would also like to add that Kellen Thomas and Anthony Stone are getting up there in age, and I don't think they can hang with these Young Guns. On December 11th, you're going to see a massacre. You're going to see some guys get sent to a nursing home. I'm just kidding. I have a lot of respect for these guys, and I'm looking forward to the match. Thank you guys for your time.
So once again, those are some big words coming from the Young Guns, who face a very, very big challenge next Sunday right here at the Columbus Theater. And at this time, let's bring up those challengers, teaming together again for the first time in a long time. Let's bring up Anthony Stone and Ryan Kellen Thomas, the team of DUI.
We got crutches in the back if they need them.
No.
They pull.
Why don't you go first?
So, as previously mentioned, myself and Kellen Thomas, we have been a cohesive unit for a very, very long time. Our upbringing goes long back to the original Coroba Wrestling School, where we first met in early 2001. So you want to bring up our age, we can easily bring up our experience. We've been a tag team for a very, very long time, and from what I just heard, you guys have been a tag team for as long as a hot cup of coffee. Let me make it clear, I don't want to underestimate them. You know, they're a young, upstart team, and they want to try to prove themselves. Well, against DUI, you can bring up our age and our experience, but I can tell you firsthand, I'm going to be 39 years old in January, and I can still confidently say that I'm still in the best shape of my life. And I'm going to prove that come next Sunday. We're going to run circles around you, and we're going to maybe teach you a thing or two. You want to add any more to that, Kellen? I am the runner.
AJ, you and I go back a little bit further. Used to be tag team champions together. So you should know better than anybody what it's like to be on a team, and how violent I can be, and how aggressive I can be, and how I can show you how to take it to that next level, which is what I tried to do with you, and I thought you would learn. And apparently you think you have, because you're talking about having Padawans. Son, you haven't even grown yet. You don't have the ability to transfer any knowledge down because you haven't even absorbed it yourself. So go ahead. You guys can fight and bicker all you want. Better get on the same page a week from tomorrow, because like Stone said, we go back further than you guys have even been walking, let alone wrestling. So get your crap together, boys, because you got a test coming up. These old guys are going to show you young guns exactly how it's done.
Just respect.
Fair enough. Let's get that in line. Let's go.
You got your focus ready. Ice up, son.
A good show of sportsmanship by Team DUI. Once again, Team DUI to take on the Young Guns next Sunday right here at the Columbus Theater. Also, that afternoon, you will see Tim Kilgore in action. He will be going against the man to my right. Let's bring him up, the Mighty Boss! Wow, all this talk of age and everything like that, I'm feeling a little output considering my wrestling boots are older than the Young Guns. So, so as Bob said, I'm having my rematch against the badass of Broadway, as he calls himself, Tim Kilgore, and yet for some reason, he's not here on Broadway. He's at Vegas. I think he's trying to be a headliner, but personally, I think really he's auditioning to be a Vegas showgirl, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, it is, and that's fine, but we got a big match coming next week, and he wants to claim that this is his theater, this is his thing. Well, what Tim Kilgore doesn't understand is that I myself have seen it all and done it all, from the silver screen to the four-color world of comics, and even for the two tones to the ska life. So when I say, Tim Kilgore, you are not the badass of Broadway, that's not to say that you can't do it. I'm just saying that bring your A game, trip the light fantastic, because when I take the stage, it's your curtain call, man. Thank you all. We hope to see you next week. I cannot wait to be there, cape and all. Whoa. Thank you, Bosch. Once again, Mighty Bosch and the badass of Broadway, Tim Kilgore, next Sunday here at the historic Columbus Theater. Now, at this time, we want to bring up two legends to the New England wrestling scene. They've even appeared on Roar in a barroom brawl with Farouk and Bradshaw. Ladies, right down the street, right? Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, once again, two New England legends of the wrestling scene, the Danger Boy, Alfredo, and Wolverine!
Welcome, everyone, to the Columbus Theater. Hey, I'm the Danger Boy Alfredo, usually followed by Wolverine. Now, I had a script that I was going to read, and I thought I was going to be doing this by myself, so I'm kind of a little nervous, but it's good to have my partner with me. This theater brings a lot of history to me. It's sad, but at the end, it's a Cinderella story. And for you younger guys, I want you to hear this. I get told a lot to tell my story, and I do. And it encourages people. And I'm not even going to read this, because I'm going to speak from the heart. Thanksgiving Eve, 1976. That'll tell you what my age is. I know. I am technically the oldest professional sports entertainer that I know of right now. Here's a kid, New York City, Washington Heights, gets moved out of his house with his parents because my mom got diagnosed with cancer. Her specialists were all in Boston, so my father moves us to Providence, Rhode Island. Actually, 211 Carpenter Street, 2 blocks behind the Columbus Theater. I actually showed Wolverine my house, 2 blocks. I seen this theater for many years. Went to St. Mary's School down the street, went to LaSalle Academy, graduated in 1983. As far as my age, I really don't care who knows it because I'm hoping people are going to learn from this. Here's a kid, quiet as could be, didn't really have any friends, New York City guy, come here, not used to what I used to call Little House on the Prairie, being in Providence, Rhode Island. Now, I get the privilege to come watch wrestling here on December 11th, next Sunday. I grew up pretty much watching the WWF on TV. I'd actually record the matches on a cassette player, and I would hear them at night. Used to watch Tito Santana, Pedro Morales, Ivan Putski, some of my favorites. As I got older, here's a kid, I have no college whatsoever, no background. I went to work with my father up on Federal Hill at the Blue Grotto restaurant that doesn't exist anymore. So while kids were going out having fun, going to movies, hanging out with their friends, I'd be working as a busboy. Grew up, became a waiter. I was cleaning my car one day back in the day, my Camaro, to make it look good. And I noticed on the radio that 92 Pro FM was looking for on-air talent to come on down. Talked to my mother about it. Her being sick and all, she encouraged me to go for it. I show up at Pro FM, ask questions. They asked if I had an on-air check tape and any glossies of myself. I pretty much told them I could go home and record me talking on my cassette player, and I could take a Polaroid shot and bring it back. They took my information down. After that, I never thought I'd hear anything back from them. A couple of weeks go by, I get a call to come down to get an audition. To make a long story short, I made the cut and got hired as the street personality for 92 Pro FM. From that, I worked at 3 other radio stations. So the name Danger Boy Alfredo was a household name back in the day. I was hosting an event for the radio station at Rocky Point. Some of you people might know it, some of us not. But I met this gentleman to my right.
What was I doing?
He was singing karaoke. I was hosting. I was just going to ask him. I was going to ask him because I couldn't remember why I was hosting it, but I just remembered because I get nervous speaking.
And what was I singing?
You were singing "Too Legit to Quit." And I remember. I can't believe I'm remembering this. We talked about wrestling. Told him what a fan I was. He invited me to come down. I met with the promoter, which we probably a lot remember, Rocco D'Alessandro, New England Wrestling Alliance. I came out as his bodyguard because people like to jump the Wolverine from behind. He kind of saw something in us, and he put us together in tag matches. The next thing I know, we are doing main events. We're doing shows for other organizations up and down the East Coast. New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, as the names Danger Boy and Wolverine. Here's me being a quiet guy, but wrestling was my way to let it out. A lot of frustration. My mom being sick, my mom passing away, my dad passing away. So I really had no family here, but him and the wrestling world. I actually, we opened up Rhode Island Wrestling Alliance. We used to have sold out shows. As we got older, everything started to go away. So that's why I'm very honored to be here. Because T. Phoenix pretty much took the reins and ran with it. I don't care who you wrestle for, there's many organizations, me and him have wrestled for everybody. But this group of talent that you see right here, especially the young up and coming guys, keep going. Because, hey, I got kicked many times when I was growing up. That I wasn't going to be able to do this. I wasn't going to be able to do this. But let me tell you people something. Not college educated kid, working for 3 and 4 radio stations, major radio stations. I became a police officer for the city of Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Had to retire because of health issues. So when it comes down to this, I umpire baseball games. I referee basketball games. And I own, up to this day, a professional DJ company, which keeps me very, very busy. So the only times you won't see me at any RWA show, it's if I'm working a DJ gig. So for all you up and coming guys, you guys are all fantastic. Keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do it, because the more people put me down, the more I embarrass them by doing everything that I have accomplished. So by saying that, guys, keep doing what you're doing. December 11th, that's going to be the day to be here. I've been calling it Renegade Mania, because that's going to be the biggest thing to hit Providence since Mayor Buddy Cianci's marinara sauce. I just wanted to share a little bit of the history on how the Danger Boy character came to be. Wolfie.
And you know what they say about the Columbus Theater and the Renegade Wrestling Alliance?
It doesn't
get any better
than this.
Once again, I want to thank two legends there, the Danger Boy, Alfredo, and Wolverine, for taking time out of their afternoon to be here for the RWA Goes Broadway press conference. Got people locked out here, can't even get them in the doors, you know? It's a good thing. So here, guys, we got one more speaker for the afternoon, and he has been a mainstay here at the RWA. They refer to him as the ace. They refer to him as the gatekeeper. Please welcome Mike Montero!
So I was looking around, and I wanted to make sure before I said this, but I'm currently the only active competitor on this roster who's actually here on day one with the RWA. I was a 16-year-old kid. I didn't really have much family. My family was the RWA. I now stand before you, a 31-year-old man. And to me, that's what separates the RWA from every other company in the New England area. The RWA has developed a following where the fans in attendance have watched most of us grow up right before their very eyes. So that's what December 11th means to all of us. It means that the RWA is grown up, and the RWA is going to take that next step to reach that next level in independent professional wrestling. Thank you.
So once again, I would like to thank everybody for joining us here today. Once again, thank Ward 13 Councilwoman, Miss Rachel Miller. Mr. Morales, I guess we'll give him a half-hearted thanks. Of course, thank all the talent. We once again want to thank the fans, the press, everybody that showed up today. Keep in mind, mark it on your calendars, Sunday, December 11th, 1 week from tomorrow, the RWA right here goes Broadway.